Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at in your day. Hello, how you going? So we are currently in the Flinders Ranges. This is where I'm filming from today. Lots of different bird noises. We've had emus walking through. You can see tracks from them last night. There's wildlife everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful up here. I am a little bit concerned that I'm going to be overrun by ants, which are already crawling all over my mat. So let's see how we go. Anyway, you can keep going while I fight the wildlife off once again. I'm glad you all seem to be enjoying that too. Anyway, all right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Stand up nice and tall. Remember, I'm leaving shoes on purely because of where I'm at, okay? You take yours off as you usually would to do your class, all right? Stand up nice and tall. Let's loosen up those shoulders. Let's get this day going, shall we? All right. Let's take a breath in and breathing out. And I will use weights I'm not going to use weights, but you can use weights in today's class, okay? So make sure you've got them. It's too late to go and get them now. You can go and get them after. And again, breathing in. And deep breath out. Got a fly on my face. They like faces. Out to the side, little twist. Loosen up through that waistline. Make sure your shoulders are down, your arms are relaxed as you do this movement. And around again. Good. Let's come back to the center. Lower the arms. Let's take the feet a little wider. Arm up and over. Nice gentle side stretch. And then over to the other side. Good. And once more over. Deep breath out as you come over. And again over. And back to the center. Good. We'll bring those arms down. Let's drop the chin to the chest now. Before you continue rolling down, let's take the chin up to the sky. And all the way back down again. Now you can roll down. Roll down. Just let those arms hang. Let the head hang. Breathe in. And slowly unroll. Make sure you scoop that tummy back before you start to roll up, okay? Before you start to roll up. Let's do it again. Scooping through the tummy area. Letting the arms just hang underneath us. Then as we come back up, we scoop and then start the roll back to the top. Good job. Place your hands on your lower back, fingertips facing your backside. Lift out of the hips and squeeze that lower back. And then back to the top again. And relax your arms. Okay, let's rise up and down. My ground's a little bit unlevel. I also want a bit of a lean here too, if you can't tell. Good. Let's just roll through those feet now. Really work through the toes. Make sure you're not sinking into your hips. Just go quiet every now and then so you can listen to the birds. If you know what that bird was, please let me know. Good, and relax. All right, give your legs a good shake. Let's take the feet out about shoulder distance apart. All right, loosen up those arms, relax your shoulders, keep your posture proud, and slowly down as you bring the arms forward. Good, make sure that belly button is gently drawing back there. We're going to do 5 more. Are you ready? Get off my face. 1 and 2 and 3. And 4, here comes the last one. We're going to hold it, bring those arms up as close to the head as you can and lower down. And bring them up again and lower down. Feel the chest opening as you do this, the shoulders drawing backwards, not up. 2 more. Legs working. Good, lower down and come up. Let's go again, down. And 2. Belly button back. Make sure you're standing tall each time you come in between those squats, okay? I lost count. 3 and 2. We're going to hold again and hold, arms up for 5, lower, and 4, lower, and 3 and 2. Feel the legs working. Good, and up. Take those feet out nice and wide, turn them out slightly. Move that stone so your feet are flat on the floor. Alright, tailbone is tucked under. Squeezing that butt gently. Try and keep those hips open. If you place your hands, fingertips just in front of your hips there, you feel what's going on. We don't want to squash those fingers. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Squeeze that bum and hold. Good. I want you to keep that position. Lift that right heel and tap it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Let's go again. 10. Squeeze. 9. 8. It's starting to rain. Things I do for you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Hold it. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. Good. All right. Give those legs a good shake. Now grab a drink. Make sure your weights are close by your mat because we are going to use them when we get down onto the floor, okay? Remember, I don't have weights. You grab yours. All right. All right. Once you're ready, you're going to stand at the end of your mat. Dirty feet on the mat. Stand up nice and tall again. All right, let's just open up that chest once more. Drop the chin to the chest and roll yourself down. Once you're hanging upside down, I want you to bend your knees so you can reach the floor comfortably. Fists or flat hands. Belly button drawing back, butt lifted nice and high. As you walk yourself forward into your plank. Okay, make sure you choose the correct plank for you. Shoulders are back, belly button is back. Your plank, wherever it needs to be. Think about your posture still. Make sure your head is not hanging heavy. Keep your neck muscles strong. Chin tucked towards the chest. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Tummy drawing back so there's no pressure in your lower back at all. Good, let's hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lower those hips down to the floor and squeeze that lower back. Good, then you're going to tilt that chin down towards the chest so you're looking straight down between your wrists. Belly button back, squeeze the bum, lift those hips back into your plank and holding again, this time for 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time push that bum up towards the sky and stretch yourself back into child's pose. Good. Okay, let's come down onto our tummy. Hands underneath the forehead. Alright, now remember I've got a hat in the way. You want to come down as far as you can. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out, lifting the chest. And breathe in as you come down. Remember, you leave your arms on the floor if you find it's hurting your neck and shoulders. Too much weight for your back, arms on the floor. Want to progress it, come into that lift, then take those arms out and in and down, up, arms out. Keep the chin tucked the whole time. We don't want to be looking forward or sideways. You know what you're doing. 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Good. Relax that upper body down towards the floor now. And we're moving down to the legs. And remember, you should have your head right down nice and close to the mat with your chin tucked, okay? Ignore how I'm doing it. It's because my cap gets in the way. Alright, legs. Squeeze that bum. Lengthen them until they lift away from the floor. Not your bum, your legs. Squeeze the bum and lengthen the legs. And lower. Remember, if you feel any discomfort or pain in your back, I want you to move this down to one leg at a time. You do not need to be doing 2. But for those that want to make it even harder, lengthen and swimmer kick. And lengthen and swimmer kick. If you're doing your swimmer kick, try and keep that butt working the whole time as well, okay? Let's do 5 and 4. Remember, if you're doing one leg at a time, you need to finish evenly. 3 and 2. Here's the last one. Good job. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Squeeze the lower back. Good. Chin tucks, hands underneath the shoulders, belly button back. Squeeze that bum again. Push up. Make sure you have come into a plank position. You can stay on your elbows if you like. Shoulders are back. If any pressure in your lower back, you need to lift that butt higher. And then stretch back again into child's pose. Good. Now, if you do all fours, usually down on your tummy, leave the weights to the side. You're not going to use them and you'll come down onto your tummy. If you are coming onto all fours, grab your weights in your hands. I've got my imaginary ones. Okay, so if you're lying on your tummy, you're doing opposite arm and leg lift. Shoulders back, belly button back. Now we're not using the weights at this point, okay? We're taking the opposite arm and leg and we're lengthening them out and in. Let's alternate from side to side. Now you should be sliding that leg in and out along the floor, which is a little bit hard for me to do here because my mat is damp, because it is sort of misty here. Misty rain and making everything wet, so I'm sticking to the mat a little bit, but you want to slide out and slide in. So no weights in this one at the moment. Shoulders back, belly button back. Good. 3, one more on each side should make it nice and even. 2 and 1. Good. Now if you need to relax your wrists, then do so. Stretch them out. This time we are going to use weights. So for you guys that were down on your tummy, if you want to come onto your knees, squeeze your bum, open up those hips as much as you can, okay, so you're working those legs, and then grab your weights in your hands. For everyone else on all fours, grab your weights in your hands and come on to all fours. All right, belly button back. We're going to take that right elbow and pull it back and then lower it down. You're going to do 5 more on this side. Okay, make sure you're not twisting your body. I'm just going to come onto my knees so those that are up in this position can see what we're doing. And that's 5. Good. Okay, so choosing your position again, other arm now, pulling that elbow up and back. Don't twist the upper body, okay? Shoulders, the front of the shoulders should be facing the floor the whole time. 5 more, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the last one, 5. Good. All right. If you need to stretch out your wrists, do so. If you need to loosen up those shoulders, do so. Okay. Back down on your tummy if you were down there before. Otherwise, on to all fours. Place those weights to the side. Okay, this time we're just going to focus on the legs. We're going to lengthen the leg out, nice and long behind you, not high, okay? Lengthen out and take that leg, kick it out to the side a little, and then back behind you. For 10, 9, 8, 7, belly button back, don't twist in the hips. 5, 4, feel the weight of the leg working through your butt and lower back. 1, and bring it in. Let's do the other leg. Lengthen out behind you, not too high, okay? It doesn't go higher than your hips. And out to the side. 1, 2, belly button back. 3, 4. Feel those tummy muscles gently working, starting to tighten nice and deep. I shouldn't talk too much while I'm trying to count, should I? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. And bring it in. Good. All right, wrists, stretch them out. We're going back to the weights. So you're either back in this position, okay, squeezing that butt, or you have your weights in your hands in this position. Shoulders back, belly button back. Right elbow to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep that belly button drawing back. 1, other side. Because it's not just your arm and shoulder that's going to hold you here. Those tummy muscles need to be engaged to keep you level. And 5, 4, maybe wrong, 3, 2, you know what to do by now. 1. Good. All right, stretch out those wrists, sit back in child's pose. Good work. I just pop the weights to the side of your mat and have a seat. All right, without the weights to start with, knees pointed to the sky, feet and knees are roughly hip distance apart. I want you to sit as tall as you can. Remember, you've got to use those lower back muscles to lift you. All right. You can hold your legs or you can take your arms out in front of you. Either way, when we tilt back, the arms come with us. All right, belly button back, pelvic tilt, and sit up. Pelvic tilt. Feel this working through your lower back, through your lower abs, and through your pelvis, okay? Not your upper body. Keep that upper body relaxed. All right, let's do 5. And 4. 3. Can you hear the frog? Hold. Okay, so we haven't gone back very deep here. So we're going to make a pistol grip. Elbows are bent, shoulders are relaxed still. All that's holding is in the tummy. Now let's go back a little deeper. Feel your back arching. Hold it. Now we're going to twist for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Center it. It's still being held in the center. Now use your lower back and your lower abs to sit up. Good. Take your feet wide, hang forward. And release. Now grab those weights. Bring your feet back in. Weights in your hands. Sit up nice and tall. And hold the weights just in front of your chest, okay? Not on your chest and not all the way out here, okay? I want you to relax the upper back and shoulders. Shoulders down. Little pelvic tilt. Again, focus on the lower back and the tummy doing the work. The pelvis tilting, okay? You may not get a big movement. You don't need to. Belly button back even as you sit up. So we're really engaging those deep muscles and that pelvic floor. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and then we hold. We're using those tummy muscles, remember? We're going to go a little deeper. Good. Push through the center. Holding. Now the arms have come with you. You've not left them out here. Belly button back. Let's twist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center it and lift. Good. Take your feet wide. Reach towards your feet and let your head hang down between the knees. Good. Roll back up, keeping the tummy switched on. Belly button back. With or without weights, up to you. Let's go again. We're just going to do 5 little tilts this time. 4, just loosening up. If your lower back is getting sore, then stop and have a rest. 2 more. And then we hold, and you can feel that the tummy has engaged. Now we push through the center a little bit further back. You don't have to go too far. The further back you go, the harder it is. Let's twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to the center and sit up nice and tall. Take the legs out wide. Hang forward again. Belly button back. Sit up tall, feet go in. Let's do that once more. Hands in front, sit up tall. Pelvic tilt for 5 and 4. Yes, those lower back muscles are starting to tire a little bit. Okay, so you've got to really keep that focus on the tummy. And ready to hold. Keep the focus on the tummy. Take it back a little further. Hold it. And twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to the center. Are you still nice and deep? And sit up. Take the legs out wide. Hang forward again. Good. Sit up tall. All right. If your lower back needs a rest, then make sure that you do that. Just hang over a little bit longer if you need to. Remember, you can stop whenever you need to as well. We're going to stretch the legs out in front of us and sit as tall as we can. You've also got that option of having that cushion under your bum if that's going to work for you, okay? All right, I still have my weights in my hands. Legs are nice and long. Sitting up as tall as I can. That's not an easy position, so if you need to, pull yourself forward. Reach towards those toes. Turn the palms, a little bicep pull here. Sit up tall and reach and pull. Now we're aiming for 10 of these, but that's a lot, especially after what we've done. So just do what you can. Stop where you need to. Belly button back. You got 5 more to go. And 5, pull. 4, pull. 3, tummy drawing back. And 2, last one, and reach. And lift. Good. Place your hands behind you. Loosen up the hips, the back. Let your back have some support with your arms. Good work. All right. How you feeling? Okay, now you can leave your legs straight if you like. I'm going to bend mine because I prefer that. It is a little easier when you're lying down. We've still got those weights. We're going into our sit-ups. So hands on the shoulders, push to the sky 3 times. 1. You're between 2 panes of glass here. Good. All right, now remember we bring the arms in and we roll. Get that roll, tummy back. All the way to the floor. Elbows come out to the side, push to the sky. 1, 2, keep that tummy drawing down. Now let's roll back up, ridge towards those legs if you need to, and off we go again, and push, and 2, and 3, good, and in, and roll, roll, roll. Use your tummy muscles, push, keep that focus on the tummy. And up we go. Now let's talk about breathing, because I see so many people breathe after they've started the movement. Okay, so we're going to breathe in and out now. Now roll. So we start that breath out before we start the movement. 2, ready? Same thing again. and lift, and up to the sky. 2. Start that breath out before you start the roll. Pelvic tilt so that we can get that back to roll onto the floor. 2, 3, roll back up, 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 and again. 2, 3, and pelvic tilt, breathing, roll, arms out, push. 2, 3, now we roll back up to the top and sit up tall. Good. Okay. Keep your weights in your hands. Roll yourself back onto your back. Lying on your back now. Where's the top of my mat? There it is. Okay. So we'll bring the knees into the chest. I've got my weights in my hands. Just gently pull those knees towards me just to release that lower back a little bit. Good. Then we're going to take the feet back to the floor, arms down by your side. Now I still have my weights in my hands. Okay. Arms by my side, open the chest. Knees are bent. We're going to roll into a bridge, pelvic tilt, and lift. Focus on what your spine is doing at this point and your bottom. Get that squeeze. Now roll back down. Ready? Breathe in. Start that breath out and then roll all the way. Breathe in at the top. Again, start the breath out, then roll all the way down. And one more like that. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out and roll down. Good. Okay, we're going to add those weights into it this time. So I'm going to get you to take your elbows out to the side, arms in the air so your hands are above your elbow line. Good. Roll up into your bridge and hold. Now you've got to keep squeezing that bum because we're going to push those arms up over the shoulders and lower them down for 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Still squeezing that bum. Good. We roll that spine back down. Let's go again. If you think 5 is too many, just do 3. Roll up, squeeze that bum. You've got to keep those hips high using your butt muscles as well as your back. 2. I've got stones sticking to my arms here. 3, 4, one more, and 5. That butt should be working a little bit harder now. Let's do it again. And roll it up. What's going on? We seem to be losing a lot of water. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Squeeze that bum. And 5. Good. Roll back down to the floor. All right, bring those arms in nice and close. Lower the arms to the floor carefully. Remember, you've got weights in your hands. We don't want them pulling on the shoulders and the wrists. Okay. Let's place the weights down beside us for a moment. Okay, let's take that right arm and place it by the ear or the neck. Okay, and we'll leave the left arm where it is. We're going to bring that left knee in and we're going to twist towards it, bringing the elbow and knee towards each other, and then take it down to the floor. Okay, I will progress this, but let's start here for 10. 1, 2. Every time we come back into that rest position, we need to make sure we keep the tummy switched on so that the back, the lower back, does not arch away from the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's change the arms over and change the legs for 10. 9, so keep the tummy sinking. Feel what's going on already through the tummy as you do this. 5 more. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Good work. All right. Now, it's up to you, and it really depends on how heavy your weights are. But if you want to grab a weight, you can grab a weight in your right hand. You're going to bring that to the side of your head, okay, not too close, elbow out to the side. And we're going to do the same movement, but with a weight. Now, when we come up and curl, the weight is still the same distance from your head, okay? So I don't want you reaching with it because I don't want it pulling on the shoulder and neck. okay, and back. It's just adding a little bit more work for that upper body. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Good. So you should notice that that upper body is working a little bit harder. If it's hurting your neck or your shoulder, please don't use that weight, okay? It's to the side because you've got no support for your neck now because your hand's not touching your neck. All right, changing arms, changing legs. Bring it in. 2, 3. So try using your breath to keep those neck muscles as well, not relaxed, but as less pained. I've lost count. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Okay, so you will feel the neck muscles working, but we don't want them to be painful, okay? All right. We'll leave the head on the floor for a moment. Grab your weights in your hands. Bring your elbows in by your waist, but then turn your palms so that they're facing away from you, okay? Holding onto your weights. We're going to push the arms straight up. Have a look where your hands are. They should not have come together, okay? Because remember, those elbows run right down by your waist. Push straight up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to push up and hold. And from here, you're going to slowly bring those weights back. Okay, now think about your shoulders and your neck. You don't have to go all the way back, okay? To the sky again, and then slowly back. 1. Got a fly trying to run over my eye, and it doesn't even go away with when you blow on it. 3. Keep the tummy sinking down, as we don't want that back to lift. You're going to do 2 more of these. Slow and controlled. Feel what is going on. Take notice of your movement. Here's the last one. Get off my face, fly. You can go anywhere but my face. All right, slide those elbows in past your rib cage back down to the floor. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the legs in tabletop. Okay, if you want to, you can leave your feet on the floor. Tummy sinking down. Let's push. 1, 2, 3. Don't completely straighten those arms. Nice and long, but a small bend in those elbows. Hold it there. Tummy sinking down. You're going to work a little harder now. Pull those arms back. Don't let the back lift. 1, 2. Remember, I don't have weights in my hands, so I can make mine a nice big arch. You might need to make it a lot smaller, but you've got to stay in control. Don't let the weights take charge. 2 more. Last one. Good. Slide those elbows down past the rib cage, knees into the chest. Good. All right, I'm going to place one weight on the floor and keep the weight in my right hand. I'm going to take those legs back to tabletop. Belly button sinking to the floor. I'm going to take the arm up, back a little. You can see I'm going to bend that elbow just a little bit more to take some of that weight out. I'm going to bring the left knee, in towards that right elbow and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to support your neck, use your other hand. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. I'm going to bring the knees into the chest again. I'm going to change hands with the weight. Support your neck with the other hand if you need to. The weight's not too far back, okay? Yours might be up here. That's okay. Elbow bent. If I bend it a little bit more, the weight feels a little lighter on the shoulder. Legs to tabletop. Opposite arm and leg. Bring it in and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy sinking. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Good. Knees back to the chest. Place that weight back down on the floor. All right. No weights in your hands. Take your arms out to the side. place those palms up towards the sky and bring the legs back to tabletop. Twist to the right, keep the tummy drawing back. Roll through the center, slowly, slowly over to the left. And again, deep breath out. Again, try and start that breath out before you start your movement. So you can feel the tummy sink before you even start to roll. Good, let's do 4. 3. 2. And 1. Come back to the middle. Bring those knees in. Hug them towards you. Good. All right. Now, if you need to give those legs a stretch out and a shake, then do so. While I get rid of all the stones off my body. Shake those legs out. Bend the knees up again. All right. So we're going to progress a movement we did when we were first down here. Support the neck with your right hand. Bring your left leg into tabletop and then bring the right leg up as well. So the left knee is going to come in and meet it, and then you're going to extend out. You do not need to take this leg, this extended leg, low, okay? It does not need to be down here. Control it. Find a point and control your movement, all right? If you want to, you can keep your right foot on the floor still. Up here in tabletop is a lot harder. All right, bringing it in and push. 1 and 2, 3, tummy sinking, and 4, 5. Can you get to 10? 6, 7. The legs are working. 8. So is the tummy. Don't forget about it. 10. Good. Bring them both in. Change hands. Belly button sink to the floor. Are you ready? Legs to tabletop, or take your left foot to the floor. Bring the right knee in, twist and extend. 1, 2. Don't let the back lift. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring both legs in. All right. Feel those legs have been working, tummy as well, so you can take those feet to the floor, stretch out those legs, give them a good shake again, loosen up those hips. It's very humid out here today, so the flies are going crazy. All right, we're going to take those arms back out to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're taking those legs back to tabletop. Okay, so you can rock from side to side like we did before. If you want to progress it, follow me. Legs to the side, hold it there. Now stretch both those legs out, bend them in, and roll to the other side. If you need to give your hips and your back a rest, do this with your feet on the floor, not the leg extension part, just the rock from side to side with your feet on the floor. You should be still feeling your back rolling along the floor here. Roll it through. Use that breath. Good. Let's do 4 more from each side. 4 more. Alternating. Let's do 2 on each side. 1, 2, 3. Here's the last one. You know what? Flies aren't so bad if they stay away from your face. They don't bother me so much until they come onto your face. All right. Okay, we finished that one, yeah? Okay, we're going to take those legs to tabletop. If your back and your hips are starting to tire a little bit, I would suggest rolling up your mat and tucking it underneath your tailbone a little bit. One leg at a time is going to come to tabletop. We're going to place those hands onto the knees. We're going to take the opposite arm and leg and extend them away. Now we're going to alternate for 10. 1, 2. Again, you don't need to take that leg too low. Lower it goes, the harder you work. Keep that back supported. 4 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. We bring those knees straight into the chest here. We bring the chin into the chest as well. Good. I'm going to get you to flex your feet and squeeze those legs together. Now, I'm going to start with the easier position, okay, for the backs. We'll progress it as we go along. Bring it in. And we're going to take the arms back over the head to the floor and push those legs up. Make sure you are sinking down in the center here. Good. Now, if 1 is enough, just do 1. If you can do 2 more, go for it. Push out, hold, and in. Push out, hold, and in. That was 3. That's all we needed to do. Good. Place the hands on the knees. We are bringing those legs back to tabletop. This time, right arm, left leg only. Going to push away from each other for 5. Push out. 1 and 2. Tummy sinking. 3 and 4 and 5. Changing sides. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Good. Knees back to the chest. Flex those feet. Chin into the chest. And once again, pushing out. Now this time, I'm going to progress it. So if you want to keep pushing to the ceiling, that's fine. If you want to go a little deeper, push out on more of an angle. 1. 1 more. Really squeeze those legs together when you do that so that they're supporting each other. All right, how are those legs going? Should feel them working. Shake them out if you need to, because we're going to go do it all over again. Tummy sinking. I'm kind of hoping that my alarm's going to go off when we hit the 45-minute mark, because I feel like we've been down here for a while. All right. Legs to tabletop. Ready? Opposite arm and leg for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more. 10. Bring it in. Flex the feet. If you want to give your back a rest, you can just hold this position. Otherwise, chin in and push for 3. Oh, funnily, my alarm just went off too. 3. I'm really getting a feel for how long these classes go for. All right, keep that tummy sinking down into the floor. We're going to come back up to tabletop. We do the right arm and the left leg only for 5. 1 and 2, 3. Just turn it off for me, thank you. 4, 5. Good. Change sides. And 1. Tummy sinking. And 2 and 3 and 4. 1 more and 5. Good. Bring it in. Flex those feet. Remember, if you want to have a rest, then you can have a rest. Otherwise, bring it in and push. 1 and 2 and 3. Good work. All right, I'm going to take those feet to the floor. Knees bent, arms down by your side. Keep the posture open. Tummy sinking. Take a breath in. And again, as we breathe out, we do the pelvic tilt. Squeeze that bum, lift those hips, open those hips right up there. And then roll your spine back down. And again, rolling up. And rolling back down. And again, up. And back down. Good job. All right, I'm going to bring the knees into the chest. Hands behind the knees. I want you to bring the chin into the chest, and you're going to rock and roll, and you're going to balance at the top. Try not to roll down the hill. All right, shoulders are down. Think about your posture. Keep hold of your legs right there. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to roll again. Back to the shoulders. So arch it. Shoulders and up. Whoop. It's hard on a hill. Keep the tummy working. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's try that again. Tummy for control and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tummy for control. Ooh, don't roll down the hill. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. And back up. Hold it this time. Take your arms out to the side. Make sure those shoulders and arms are still relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the feet. Get rid of the bull ant. Sorted. I didn't get attacked by ants, surprisingly, because there's ants everywhere. Just the flies. Alright, shoulders down. Take your feet out about the width of your mat. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll down. Reach towards your toes. Reach past your toes. Stretching those arms out. Good. And roll back up, sitting nice and tall. Bring the feet back in. Good. We're going to stretch those legs out. Bull ant's going to fly. Alright, sit up as tall as you can. Arms forward, reach for your toes. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let the head hang. Relax your neck. Belly button back. And sit up. Let's do that one again. Arms out. Push like you're trying to reach for something. Drop the head and hold. Belly button back and sit up. Let's do it once more. Arms forward and push. Reach, reach, reach. Can you get any further? Drop their head. Let that neck relax. Chin right down to the chest. And belly button back and sit up. Good. Okay, we're going to take the legs out as wide as you can. Sit up as tall as you can. Push forward. Again, let's reach. Feel those inner thighs stretching now. Drop the chin down to the chest. Relax your neck. Now I want you to stay in this position as you slowly bring your weight over your right leg. Feel the back, lower back stretch change. Try and keep yourself as low as you can. Deep breath out over to the other leg. Keep yourself hanging down. Good. We're going to come back to the center. Draw the belly button back. And sit up as tall as you can. Ready? Arms forward. Reach. Drop the chin. Good. Keep those arms long. Let's take the weight over to the right. Hold it. Keep that butt on the floor. So just go as far as you can. Work within your limitations. Round to the other leg. Keeping yourself hanging. Feel those stretches in the back of the leg, the inner thighs, through that lower back. Let's come back to the center. Draw the belly button back. and sit up tall. Good. Bring your legs in, support your back with your hands. Give your legs a good shake. Good job. All right. Bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to just open up those hips, gently pressing those knees towards the floor. Good, and release. Stretch out the right leg, take the left one over. We're going left leg. It doesn't matter if you've gone the other way, just turn towards the bent leg. Sit up nice and tall. Move in and out slowly. And release. Changing those legs over. Remember, you turn towards the bent leg. If you can't feel a stretch in the hip, perhaps you've gone the wrong way. Keep sitting tall. And release. Good, shake it out again. All right, we're coming up onto those knees. So for those that don't usually do that, make sure you are coming up to standing. There's stones everywhere. Ruffle forward. Tuck that tailbone under, open up that hip. Listen to those ravens. Change legs. I was hoping we might get a visit from an emu or something. Just for you guys. Doesn't look like it. Sometimes you might find a roo on the hill. Not today. Good. Okay, we're going to come into our crouch position as low as you can. Make sure your feet are already about hip distance apart. Okay, drop your chin down to your chest. Push that bum up to the ceiling. Stretch one last time in the back of those legs. Up, right up into that hamstring area at the back of the upper leg. Let the head hang. Now roll yourself up. Scoop the tummy back first and unroll all the way to the top. Good. Standing tall. Alright, lifting right up out of the hips. Let's take those feet out nice and wide. Arms to the side. Focus on your tummy, your waistline. Squeeze over and hold. Belly button is back. It's balancing you here. Now take that top arm all the way up towards your ear. Stretch it out. Release it back to the side. Belly button back and come up. Over to the other side. Squeeze. Use those tummy muscles still here. Now take the top arm up. Feel that stretch getting more intense. Back out to the side. And up. Good. Arms down. Bring those legs in. Give them a little bit of a shake. Good work. All right. Let's lift the shoulders to the ears. And gently lower down. Let's float the arms forward. Take one arm up, one down, and just gently push back. And again, through to the other side. And through. Make sure you're not arching your back here. Don't push your chest forward. Let's do that again. Good. Come back to the center. Now we're going to open up that chest. Squeeze and release. That breeze is lovely. And squeeze and release. Let's do one more. Good. And we'll lower those arms down. Let's lift those shoulders to the ears again. And relax them all the way down. Let's take the elbows in by the waistline and hands forward. Let's open out as much as we can. Keep those elbows in the position. Feel that in the shoulders. And release. Turn sideways, you can see. Opening out. And release. And again. And release. Once more. Open. And release. And down. Good. Just the neck now. Let's drop the chin down to the chest. chin to the ceiling, or the sky, and down, and up again, forward, looking to the right, round to the left. Let's go to the right again, and this time we're going to do our head nods just gently, down for 3, 2, 1, and around, and nodding for 3, 2, 1. Back to the center. Let's just let the ear come down towards the shoulder, over, and again, over we go. Last one. And back up. Take a breath in and out. Shoulders up and down. Elbows back. And release. Just gentle now, okay? Breathing in and out. Shoulders up. Make sure you feel them lower all the way back down again. Then just gently take the elbows back. Open into good posture and release. There you go. Well done, everyone. Good work. All right, hopefully feeling really good. Let me know how you're getting on. Shoot me a text. If I don't respond, it's just because of internet service and all that sort of stuff. But still, I do get them. So please send me a message. Let me know how you're getting on. If you've got any suggestions that you would like for your focus classes, please shoot them to me as well. I'm happy to make the focus classes what you want to focus on, okay? So yeah, just shoot me some ideas. If you've got one 10-minute focus class, what would you like to focus on? All right, well, hopefully you're keeping up to date with my travels. Haven't been able to do the YouTube channel thing, but I am on Facebook, Simone May, if you're not already friends with me, and you'll be able to follow where we've been, what we've been doing, as often as I can write, which at the moment it's been pretty easy. We'll see what happens in the future. All right, take it easy, everyone. Look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye.